ahead. We're here with Callie, and she's going to explain a little bit about what's happening at the shelter, what she's at Bridges, as well as whatever else is on her heart. But go ahead, Callie. Go ahead and share.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, first of all. I live at Bridges at Kramer Place in Anaheim. It's a tough shelter. They don't allow direct donations without permission from a volunteer coordinator, which is rare. But her name is Raquel. So anyway, those direct donations are very difficult. We just called and tried to get some watermelon donated, and that was a big no-go. That's a shame because we have people with diabetes, cancer, paraplegics, COPD, bronchitis, pneumonia. We rarely get any kind of fruit or real proteins, anything like that. So food is critical. We're happy to have food and grateful for it, but feeding us good food is important, especially with the abnormal stressors that we have in our lives.
And can you explain a little bit about your own health condition a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. So for myself, I was born with epilepsy, which I take a lot of medication. It requires me to eat a certain type of diet. I do have food stamps, so I tried to use my food stamps for that, but I'm not allowed to bring in any kind of perishable goods. And I can't with food stamps buy any hot items. So like if I buy an egg or something that's pre-cooked, something like that, that would be protein. Subway sandwiches, I can get that as long as it's cold. I also have cancer. I suffer from post-traumatic stress syndrome, anxiety. So the medications and things that I take for cancer and those kinds of things are very strong and require me to ingest about 3,000 calories a day. So I'm 6 feet tall and I weigh about 135 pounds right now. And anyway, so being in such a stressful environment, it's difficult for me to keep food down and keep my thoughts kind of in a meditative, happy state, if you will.
Sure, because you're basically a warehouse with just random...
Yeah, so we do live in a warehouse. It is an open-air warehouse. The men are in one dorm and the women are in another. There's roughly 200 of us. It's a very oppressive environment. The food is horrific. It is slop. It's about $4 a day to feed each person. A typical lunch would be something like cup of noodles, Cheetos, and a bag of cookies. Breakfast might be a Cliff Bar, a brownie, 6 ounces of milk, assuming you're not allergic, and some kind of cereal. You can't have all 3 or 4 of those. You're allowed a choice. So while people may think it's free food, it's actually at a very high price if you have diabetes or heart conditions or things like that.
Yeah.
The other thing is my civil rights have been violated. My international human rights have been violated. I've had my life threatened there, as have others. I've seen people die in front of me. It's horrific. And as far as having people with disabilities and paraplegics and amputees and whatever, the staff don't touch those people. It is, in fact, we residents take care of each other. So I found out that the staff isn't allowed to assist in changing beds or helping, women that are incontinent or incapable in one, inambulatory, be a better phrase. They just kicked a woman out that was having a psychotic episode. They had 2 days to call a CAT team for an evaluation, but they waited till 10 o'clock at night to kick her out, and that meant her walking off the property. and into a perfect situation where she may have or may not have been raped.
Wow.
And that is unconscionable, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So usually they drive people to a bus stop
Mm-hmm.
and just let them off. No continuum of care. Of course, this needs to be legislation that's enacted.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of things that need to be done. But if you're going to have a low barrier shelter and assume care for these people, you do need to assume care.
That's right.
But even yesterday, my safety was threatened by a young lady. And so really, the answer to every situation can't be to kick people out. It has to be compassion. There has to be law. And I will continue my fight, and through the love of Christ and my morals. This is morally incorrect what is happening.
Absolutely.
And I expect the world to stand up and join with me and be strong with me. And if I can fight cancer and my epilepsy and go through all of this, I expect my brothers and sisters to do the same. So please join in the fight with me. Help us, help us fight our fight, because we are humans too.
Absolutely.
We're just going through a set of negative circumstances. Please come and meet me, and I'll be happy to talk to you, learn all about me.
Yeah.
All right?
Thank you, Callie.
My pleasure.
Awesome.
My pleasure. Thank you, Joshua.
Yeah. And real briefly, what was your previous employment? What did you used to do?
Okay. I was an administrative assistant. I did medical concierge work. Before that, just worked at Hoag Hospital, at Bosch, at Siemens. And it was all just doing administrative assistant, department secretary.
Yeah.
Very proud to work, and I can't wait to work again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because of the cancer and things like that, going through chemo and radiation, which I'm going to be late for in a minute, my doctors won't let me work. So, but don't forget to get out there and vote.
That's
and do your part to be a citizen, and please encourage your unhoused and the impacted population to vote as well.
Awesome.
So thank you, and America, don't forget to be kind.
Amen. Thank you,
right.
Callie. Wonderful.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon,
All right.
hopefully. God bless you.
Thank you.
So there you have it, folks. Please pray for Callie and others in her situation. A lot of great homeless people out there that need help, not be, attacked and those types of things or put down. Thanks for your prayers and support. Please share the video, and may God bless you as you seek first His kingdom always. Also, feel free to join Homeless Advocates for Christ on Facebook, and I'd love to hear from you. So please comment, like, subscribe, share, and again, thank you so much for your prayers and support.